nyanta chwa emre bia am discover free Europe akoma abusuafo wo Ghana no me use tap send no fee mobile money transfer eye easy eye convenient eye fast and sounds so free won't you hwe me discover aye mapim tap send Intienne also download the tap send app no ewo mobile phone so free na fesika komo abusuafo wo Ghana afa na nyina tap send papa no
everybody check now check it the beat is real don't will make it kill ya get your green select glucometer and check it sugar level check it green select glucometer check it sugar level for check it reselect glucometer. Everybody check now. This advert has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Emre tudo nani etena ka mu kwantin akotonyo mabegu ye shop mu se ubenya ni nyina ofako enno so ya asem foforo owo so to mfa ko sika swane ne mpatamu anase achi motalapa se kosi nsawam. Jimmy Dale is your one-stop shop distribution for wholesale and retailers. Safa drinks, insure, enyane, anasa ade bia wo pe bia. So wo koton ko ade a enye bia wo se wutu mu a eye Jimmy Dale. You can locate Jimmy Dale Ventures at Giga Junction inside Soto. Or call us now on 0208-920-996. Jimmy Dale Ventures, the official sponsor for Sammy Flex TV.
And we are here to talk about the Global Citizen Festival. Today we're going to have a lengthy discussion on the show. Last Saturday at the Black Star Line. I want to believe everyone is waiting for this. I've already seen some commentaries on YouTube for people who are asking that Sammy Flex won't you talk about the Global Citizen Show. Anyways, we are here. Finally, the team is back after a long weekend because we had to do this and that. And we are here to do it like we have always been doing it. My team is set on the screen. You can see Roland Amate already. You can also see Nana Reagan in the middle. And of course, Kojo King, the Lion Killer, is also at the extreme end. And this is how we are starting our week here on Sammy Flex TV. Call this Showbiz Daily, and Showbiz Daily comes your way every weekday, Monday to Friday, 7 p.m. on the dot. Then you can also enjoy the goodies we have here. Global Citizen Festival. Ghana really was lit over the weekend with all the attention on us, with events, with artists, performances here and there. But after the event, so many things to talk about, and I gave you a promise in the afternoon that when the team comes fully, we are going to have a holistic discussion on it, and that is what we are about to start. Let me say thanks to Digital Rasta, call him Currency, on camera. Richie Flex is the editor-director of the show. Emmanuel Foru Lapiji is the producer, and Gideon Neelam Tessin is our creative director. Let me also announce to you that from 29th September to 6 October, the team will be in Dubai. So to all our Dubai fans, those who have been following us in Dubai, you guys are invited to be part of our yacht party, which will be happening at the marina. And we want you guys to come there in your numbers. I know that day also happens to be Nigeria's Independence Day. That is 1st October. It is a Saturday. So if you happen to be in Dubai, why not join us? And let's do the yacht party like that, because we have so many things put together by the organizers, Abekan Solutions, in collaboration with Sammy Flex TV, making this happen. So we are inviting you, come and let's rock and roll. Global Citizen, Roland Amate was there. He's a blogger. Nana Reagan watched from home. He's also a journalist. And Kojo King was also there. He's also a musician in the making. Very soon, you guys will hear more about him here on this platform. We'll be giving you some more information. Once again, big regards to Greenville Records in North Carolina for making this possible. So more details coming up very, very soon. But before we jump into the Global Citizen reviews, Shatta has put out a post, and I want to ask my people how they understand this post coming from Shatta Wale. Richie Flex, please, let's have the Shatta post. Let's see what he wrote there and ask my people how they understand this post from Shatta Wale. It is in relation to his album. It is a message to the media, and how are we as an industry understanding what Shatta Wale is saying. He said, October rain, get ready for some singles on the GoG album 2022. Please and please and please, I am not doing this album for Ghana music industry. I am doing this as my job, to fill the souls and minds of the masses with peace and love. I don't want negative discussion about my album on any platform, and this is a warning. I don't want any negative discussion about my album on any platform, and this is a warning. I didn't come here to join unions. I came with mine, and that is Shatta Movement. For life is for life. I didn't come here to join unions. I came with mine, and that is Shatta Movement. And of course, anytime you hear Shatta Movement, you should know for life is for life. Ro, how do you understand this post?
This is just a straightforward post. Let me say greetings to our viewers. This is just a straightforward post. I think before Obibe take certain decision, if we need free, I am seeing this warning same way his issue with the pastors and the prophecies came about. Yes, that is in that line is what I am seeing this post, or I understand this post from. Okay. That especially even in our recent times, we've seen people who, in their quest to criticize, have either gone overboard or even done so with less fact or even being objective in that light. So in that sense, it is in that light that you understand, like I understand this post from. So this to me is not to say that I'm sure somebody would say that, okay, so if you release a project and we don't like it, don't we have the right to say it? Because you release this product for us, so for us to enjoy. So if we don't like it, we obviously have every right to register our displeasure. And
now he's saying he did not release it for you, or he is not releasing it for you.
So when he says he is not releasing it for us in that light, it means that it is not only he's not only talking about the people that okay, let's say the general music consumers, but people who have that quest to just attack that, and whether it is good or bad. Yes, we know some people come with good criticisms, like because it is not only pointing out negatives, but rather, as much as they want to point out the negatives, they also go ahead to point out the positives. So because the album comes with so many tracks, people will have their favorites in there. And the fact that a certain track is not your favorite doesn't mean that you should use that as a tool to destroy the whole album. That is what he's saying. Which in recent times you can all attest to the fact that we've seen people do it. They just pick a single nut and they use it to rubbish the whole system.
Okay.
Which is one thing that I think he's just trying to sieve. He will go hard like this so that he can sound that he will be able to minimize that effect. Because when he makes it, if he doesn't generalize it in some way and he makes it specific, some people definitely will overlook it and go overboard. But when he makes it general like this, everybody will be on their toes. So anybody that will seek to criticize the album or the project will do it objectively, and not because they have special affiliations or they have certain intentions towards the person or the project. But if you seek to touch it, that's why he's saying that if you think you can't do anything good about it, then simply keep quiet. Don't do it. Just let his fans which are his primary focus, be the ones to talk about it.
See. Now, Regan, how did you also understand Shatta's post?
Yes, the behind because Shatta Wale there, he knows how to always create conversations, tap into bars, or can be only a good mukura and he does it so well. In fact, a new artist behind the bit in the and this particular post, I'm sorry, I'm okay. Your man is working, he's not sleeping. Because over the weekend, I mean, we all know the kind of conversations, the kind of commentaries people are running here and there, the trolls from his opposition rivals camp and all of that. So, I'm sorry, I'm who post and I'm say, okay.
Active.
Now, man is
Your friend active.
Man is active. Yeah. I mean, for me, I think that the warning is not anything to
scare anybody.
Yeah, to go by or something. I think he's just trying to also attach himself with the trends and the conversations that's going on to still keep him in the space like any other artist that has enjoyed some positives during the weekend or over the weekend. So he doesn't want to just sleep and relax and then other names will be mentioning here and there, because if we don't take care, this Global Citizen Festival conversation is going to take us to like Wednesday or Thursday, and you don't expect any active artist to just sit down and be watching when he wasn't part of it. You definitely need to come up with something where the media can also take a glance at and say, okay, this person is also saying this, that person is also saying that, and that is exactly what Shatta Wale is. I mean, with the warning, I don't think Shatta would say he says the album is not for Ghanaians.
Yeah, it's not for your industry.
So if he releases and he goes on the media, the streaming platform, he will go and pick the Ghanaians who are streaming the songs and say, no, this one is not for you, so please take back your
No, he won't take it. He's saying you can stream it, but it is not for you. So if you decide to go stream it, then whatever feelings you get out of it, keep it.
But that is not for him to also
that's
say.
Like he should do the media rounds outside Ghana.
No, that's not.
That's
Whoever will go and stream the album, when the person loves it, he will come and say it. When the person doesn't like something from the album, there's nothing Shatta Wale can do. They will come and say, even with this one, and people will still talk, say whatever they want to say. Yes, they will say it. That's why I'm saying the warning in this particular post is just, if you understand how he plays his cards and games when it comes to some of these things, then you get it right. So, I mean, my main thing is look at the attached pictures. There's a message that comes with the pictures alone, and then the last line where he says he didn't come to join unions, he came with his own, that the Shatta movement and all of that. You see, he's just trying to send out a message that because with the Global Citizen Festival, people are mentioning him, other people wish or were thinking it should have been Shatta Wale, Stonebwoy, and some other few artists. I think I even heard you mention it on TV3 last Saturday, and some people too haven't seen. In fact, I even went and I did a post. It wasn't just a joke, but people after reading the comments, I'm beginning to feel like people also have the same understanding and thoughts in their minds. So it is just to send out a message that if the album is coming, it is not like the album is not for you. He is still drawing your attention to the fact that the album is coming, and if it comes, go and stream it and say whatever you want to say, because already there are people that he is serving, and that is the Shatta movement people. I don't think any of the Shatta movement people will come and be running negative commentaries. Definitely those who are the media and other people who are not part of the Shatta movement family will be doing their own commentaries, will try to find faults from the album and all of that. That is where maybe he will see some of these things as negative. Even if somebody wants to be objective, it will not go well with all SM people. And definitely they will see it as negative. So the album is for a particular people who will just accept it anyhow it comes. Yes, that is the SM people. But with the rest of us, definitely those who are going to do their objective analysis to it and whatever, they will do it. The rest will just be the normal trolls and, you know, trying to find false conversations here and there and all of that. So this main post is to make sure that Shatta Wale is also in the conversation, because if not for this particular post, like by now we would have been discussing Global Citizens Festival. But now we have to start with a Shatta Wale post, because Shatta Wale have given us something to talk about. And that for me is positive. I mean, I've always been saying that if you are an artist, you need to learn some of these tactics where you also make you stay in the media space.
All right, perfect. Could you come through? What are you also saying to the post from Shatta Wale?
I think he's asking for the exact opposite of what he posted. He indeed wants people to talk about it. Yes, because bringing GoG album and imagine no media talks about it, would have been dead. Right? Shatta Wale has grown to become a figure like somebody who needs to feed off from that energy. That's what he seems as negative energy. That is what he feeds on now. That's why he will say, no one has ever apologized for making me this vampire. Always when you attack me, you created this monster. But no one wants to apologize for the monster that I've become. You made me. And so this is what I feed on. And so all the negative comments, that is expected. And in a way, it could be that it is also scary to him. He foresee what the criticisms will be like, and he's scared. So he wants to let you know that yes, in a way to also calm him down, he's throwing it in there. This will also spark controversy. People will talk about it, so the tension will also drop down. But I don't like it in a way when it's like you consistently put it across that you don't need the media. Because people can take it literally. Take whatever you are saying based on other precedents. So why do you say you consistently don't need the media when you know the role the media plays? It is like we play different roles. There are certain roles that you as the artist you can never play. That is take it or leave it. Whether you are richer, you are the best, you go to all over the world, still there are certain things that the Ghanaian media you can never do without going through them. And these are things that is to them alone. You can get whatever collaborations or benefits out there, but still there are certain things you need here that you have to go through them. So when you take that position, yes, as a choice, as an individual, you can decide, oh, I don't need it. Personally, you can decide, but in reality, you need it. I heard you guys discussing there that certain politics may come to play, even why you will not be on a global citizen event. You see, so it tells you that there are certain figures, there are certain institutions that you need them as long as you are in this business and you are coming from Ghana, you need them. So I feel this conversation should change from Shatta, as in that constant banter between the media and stuff. And even that, not all the media is against you. There are certain people in the media who are for your case. So when you release certain things, they speak on your favor. So don't generalize it and make it seem like you have a forever banter with the media and everything that they do, you don't support it. So what about the few ones who are doing justice to your words, criticizing you in a good way, who doesn't glorify in just projecting your bad deeds, but also talk about the good things that you do? Why don't you focus or throw the light on them and use them as a test case for the others? So, like these people, look at how they criticize about my works. The others, they just hate me and stuff. So that it will be a general something. But when you put yourself in this corner, I say Shatta has done a lot of things in his bid to correct some errors. He's suffering the effect, and some of his colleagues are benefiting and enjoying from that. He has become the sacrificial lamb for all these things, and behind the scenes, certain conversations happen where he is being ignored for certain actions that he took, and now others are enjoying. But we can look at it and say, okay, now maybe you want to fight for something that will happen, but in your bid to do that, you also disrespected or stepped on the toes of several people, which could have been avoided.
Okay.
So maybe we are in this office, certain things are not going right, but I can stage it in a way and put my grievances across without offending anybody, and also get the results. But you chose a different way to do that, and in a bid to do that, you have offended other people who are peeved. So forever, they will also make sure that when something comes that they have control or power, you will not be part of it.
Okay.
And that is fine. He's doing so fine. He's okay. But why are people mentioning him now? Why are people mentioning that he's supposed, that was a stage that is fit for him? It means the followers are also worried. And when your followers are worried, it means you're also worried. Because we wish our icon was on that stage to perform. But maybe due to some past events, it is happening. So I wish moving forward, he's growing, he's understanding things better now. He should vary some of these communications. It could be any other thing to get that attention. If it is to get into the talkabilities, he could have even gone direct to even talk about the Global Citizens Awards, and that will festival, and that will also bring him into the conversation. I remember.
I'm sure he doesn't want to mention them.
He doesn't want to.
Yes, I remember when the flyer for Afro Nation or Afro China, Afro Nation, he tweeted that Stonebwoy is a guest in his own country, and people discussed it. So there could have been several ways he will come into the conversation, but now this will also empower certain media institutions to also now come at you, release the arsenals, whatever they want to say about you, to also exactly to tarnish the image of your GoG album. Now even some of them will open their critical mindset that okay, now when you bring it, they are going to look at the loopholes and now pinpoint it out. If you think you are threatening them, they also tell you that, oh, you can't threaten us. We are media and the relationship is for life. We will give it back to back if we feel that we are not okay. But then, yeah, that is what he wants. That is the exact responses that he wants. This one is just a decoy. It's just something to, but he wants the direct opposite of whatever he posted.
Well, that was Kojo King, and you've also heard from Roland Amate as well. Nana Reagan has also spoken about this, and we are moving on to the next business. The next business, I've told you, is going to be 100% Global Citizen Festival that happened here in Ghana over the weekend. It went so well, and Ghana is already jubilating that we have been part of this event after all, because some cities in the world have hosted it, and we are also lucky to have been part of the cities that have hosted this event. First, let's start talking about production and setup, because we are talking about everything together. Let's start talking about production and setup, and we will also talk about performances as well. And I don't know if my producers have some videos that will be rolling. They can start rolling them now whilst I do the commentary, and my panel members will be coming through with their submissions. At least Kojo was there, Roland Amate was also there, and those who were not there too, they have followed every discussion, videos, photos online, and they probably knows what really is happening. And this was Sarkodie's set. This was Sarkodie's set, and I have seen commentaries, beautiful commentaries on Sarkodie's set. Some people have even judged him as the best performer on the night. They have really loved what he did. And bro, because you were there and you experienced Sarkodie's performance, let's start talking about production. Let's start talking about the set. Let's start talking about the performance. As our
I don't see this event to be a less than $10 million kind of event. Because when you look at even the stage, this is the stage that was used for Afro Nation. Afro Nation in Portugal, and it has been brought to Ghana.
Oh, that's the same stage,
the same stage, and it will be used for Afro Nation in December.
Oh, I see.
So this stage will be with us for a long time.
Okay.
And so other people would even have the opportunity, if you can afford, even get this stage. So now there is even a standard. A standard has been brought to us or given to us to look up to in organizing our events, especially the ones that will be organized or will be put up in December.
Okay.
So we can obviously see that on the stage, this is a very huge stage with everything on point, from light and sound. God, I love the sound.
But in talking about loving the sound, did we see that when a Ghanaian artist performs, the sound had a different taste from when any of the foreign artists performed?
Okay, so with this production quality in terms of sound, I wouldn't blame our artists if we sense that difference. It is because of the way we do our things. You know, we both have different way of doing our things, especially when it comes to event production and performance. Okay, so this is an event that our artists were even sent to go and do dress rehearsals, like rehearsals, sound check, days even before the event day. So the reason why they had to do that, the stage setup was done. It took them 2 weeks to set the whole stage up. And I understand it will take them about a week to tear it down.
Wow.
So with 2 weeks setup, our artists had about 5 days or 4 days to go and do their rehearsals. And with this, just like we know a normal sound check is, we know people have special auto-tuning, special kind of sound they add to their performance. They add to their sounds. So when you go for your rehearsals, everything is being programmed and saved for event day. So if we had an artist sounding different from the other, then it means that what they were able to save during their rehearsals is what they displayed on event day. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. So if Asha came, sang, and you had certain quality, Sarkodie came, did his thing, or Stonebwoy came, did his thing, and you had a different quality, then they should tell you that these are two different people who have different focus in terms of what they deliver on stage.
How about the work of the engineers on the night? Because you see what you are saying? I would only get it if the stage doesn't have one engineer controlling the sound.
Okay.
So if the stage had one engineer controlling the sound and one was better than the other, and they said it was because that was what they chose, then what was the engineer doing?
So
because one thing I know is that these guys the top foreign guys who go to do sound checks, they go with their engineers as well.
Yeah.
Maybe our people don't have engineers.
Exactly.
They rely on the engineers from the main event. But what was the standard they wanted to put? Because this thing, you were there, unless you want to say you did not observe that. When Usher came, he had sound.
Oh yes.
When Jackie was performing, we had sound.
Even Caesar.
When Sarkodie was performing, we had sound. But when the guys came, the Caesar, Usher, and even Thames, when they were performing, their sound, you could feel it. Like, you know, this is not the ordinary sound we were hearing.
So me,
And if you say it was because they chose that, then
no, I'm not saying the artist chose the kind of sound that they would display on the stage.
Your explanation was that
No,
it was their sound check. That was what they were able to do.
Yes, of course. These are, you see, when you are going for an event as a performer or somebody who is going to perform, all these things are things that you pay critical attention to. That's what I'm trying to say. So if the artist probably did not get the quality of sound that he wanted, then it is up to his team to have made sure that this is the type of sound we wanted. So even if you trust the engineer so well that you think he's an expert, nothing stops you also from having a backup.
Okay.
To know that, okay, that even when I say I want this type of water, make sure, even though I trust this person to give me this particular water, nothing stops me from having somebody extra to make sure that this is what they bring me. Because on event day, we know the pressure that comes with it. And we know that things can go wrong at any point in time. Anything can happen. We sometimes need to be proactive as people. That is one thing that in our system we sometimes lack.
Okay.
That attitude of being
let's
proactive.
go to the general performance.
But
on
the general, the sound was good, and I loved it. In fact, from the DJ to the hype man to even the performance on stage, the ones that we are even
the DJs also had some of the poor sound.
Yes,
they had poor sound.
Especially Mike Smith when they were having their own sessions.
The DJs had poor sound.
When they were having their own sessions.
Yeah.
I think it was because you see when the DJs were having their sessions, they were also changing some of the equipment on stage for the stage setup with the different performers, because you know any artist that came with their own band and their own setup in terms of where even the drums and the snares or whatever should be. So when an artist is coming, they change all those things on stage, and I think it will also have an effect on the DJ sessions.
Okay.
For the general performance, I think my star performers would be the DWP Academy Dance Crew. They were my star performers on the night. Then from there, it will come to our artists like Stoneboy.
It was not top notch for you.
It wasn't top notch.
Okay.
Because to me, I think she gave
a job. Make sure that whatever they are doing, they are.
In fact, I told Zion Felix, I was with Zion Felix there. I told him that you see that guy on the camera. They were not small boys that they put there. No. Old man with years of experience.
Exactly.
There was a small boy among them, like big boys.
Camera.
Look at how he was running, getting at times running backwards, and it's well calculated.
Yeah.
So everybody there is somebody who has the know-how about whatever that was going on. So that I will also put that from how the production was made, everything scripted, minutes, timing.
Even if you're an artist and you want to talk, whatever you want to talk about is scripted.
Because
they give you guidelines. You want to say Ghana, I'm happy to be here. It is written there.
Yes, because we are dealing with time. No time for
imbecility.
Things. No time for things that is not planned for.
Extempore stuff. No
gimmicks.
Yeah.
Plays.
In fact, even MCs.
Drama. Unwanted drama. MCs.
You know the president's speech was even scripted.
Oh yes. Everything.
The president's speech was being read, like we all saw it on the screen.
Exactly.
So everything the president was supposed to say, we saw it.
And do you know why? They want to save time. Because when you leave people to do things on their own, unnecessary gimmicks, some MCs, we all attend events here in Ghana, some MCs would take, even an artist can perform for 5 minutes. MC will just waste like 15 minutes for nothing. Just talking.
Oh.
So production makes sure that all these things are scripted, so that when you are coming on stage as an MC, for that moment you have let's say 2 minutes. You don't exceed that 2 minutes. And that 2 minutes, you'll be done. And these are same, we even saw some Ghanaian MCs who have been MCing shows here. But on this night, it's like they are different people. Everything was on point. And kudos goes to production. Security, top notch. Top notch from the entrance to the main grounds. At a point, they even gave us water and stuff. Make sure people are...
Oh, even in the...
Of course,
in the general admission, they were sharing water.
Sharing water, bottled water.
Bottled water, yes.
I see.
Enough that you don't even have to rush.
Wow.
Enough.
Oh yes.
The branded.
Of course.
From the in
Wow.
front of the stage.
Yes.
Enough
that you don't have to struggle to even
And
get.
some with the Yamamoto.
Oh,
I got about 3 bottles.
Yes, sir.
Oh, could you take one?
Everybody want. You alone.
I got about 3 bottles that I was enjoying myself. And so everything leading to this event becoming, I think, the best ever event to have happened on the soil of Ghana now.
Okay.
It tells you that when we want to emulate or we want to do something, this has become something that we can look at. And even people will complain about we not having the budget. Even though if we don't have the budget, there are certain things that we need to score within our means. For instance, when will Ghanaian events close at the time that is expected to close? This thing has been beating us since. They will blame it on patrons. Let's say people who are supposed to attend the event not coming early. But how long can we? I don't think this event would have waited for the people if maybe at the time they were supposed to start, nobody was there. Still, the event will happen.
Exactly.
The event will happen. Yes, I know people will start raising the issues of money, finance, and they have to sell tickets for people to come and all that. But if we start scoring certain points within our means, like time consciousness and some of these technical hitches, then it gives us the power that when we get the budget, now we are not going back. These things will not beat us because we can get the budget, but some of this attitude will beat us to the game. So if we start shaping our mindset that we start event on time, we close on time, because at 12 everything was done, and it was communicated. They knew that they estimated the time that it will close, and it didn't beat them because everything has been well planned and well organized. On the night, yes, performances solid, and I'll touch on the sound bits. The sound bit, the reason is what we call the rider. That is what determines the kind of sound you get. Because the organizers are there, you as an artist, you determine that, okay, I'm playing live band, I will need A, B, C, D. Even to microphones that they use. And there are some artists, because they don't want to trust any organizer, they have their own microphones.
Exactly.
Asha always performs with his silver microphone.
Exactly.
And he came even to the microphone pool.
Yeah.
Because microphones comes in levels, different sounds. So as organizers, they can give a standard sound. But I know that if I use a Shure microphone, it gives me the sound that I require. So anytime, either I have it to avoid any disappointment, or I make sure that I tell the organizers this is what I want. And even to your performance, the kind of performance that you have been doing previously tells you what you request. Because sitting us here right now, if somebody tells us to give our rider, what Nana Regan will give will differ from what I will give. And it all comes about to our level of exposition and even the kind of equipment that we know.
Okay.
Maybe when we talk about the best, you ask Sarkodie the best microphones available for musicians or rappers. He would give what he knows. ask Usher the same question, or Stormzy. Stormzy will also give a brand that he knows based on even the things that you can think of.
Even the last time Coffee came to Ghana for the TV, they had to ship her microphone from US to Ghana.
I see.
Exactly. So the rider, and when we move from the rider, you mentioned engineers, because we have softwares that engineers program into our performance. After getting the microphone, the sound that will project, we have to mix it. We have to master it. So if you have a top-notch engineer, they will work some of these things for you. So you mentioned, do our guys even have some of these things? And this is not the organizer's issue. When you request, it is their duty to offer whatever you requested.
Okay.
And a show like this is not some of the shows that we are doing here that when you push a rider, they can offer.
Okay.
This one, they are ready to offer whatever you need.
You wanted. Okay.
But as to you needing it is the issue. So whatever they all requested, it was given. And I can tell you, from Jackie to Stoneboy and to Sarkodie, the kind of sound they enjoy on the night, I can tell you maybe it will be one of their best. It will be one of their best sounds to get. Because look, we have all witnessed Rapaholic. We have witnessed Rapaholic as from Sarkodie. And I don't think the sound that he has been enjoying on Rapaholic, it comes close to what he enjoyed on last Saturday. So whatever they demanded, they got it. And Sarkodie's performance was like, the guy performed like that was his last day on earth. He performed like his last day on earth. And that was because he knows the kind of platform he was on.
Yeah.
Because these same platforms, artists like The Weeknd, Rihanna, Jay-Z, Beyonce, they have all been on such a bigger stage. And you alone, you come there. Look at the stage. It was so huge that you can move from this end to the other and yearning for this platform, and I have it. My own people. Perform to my own people. Yeah. And you could see the passion and the
videos. Yes, and these things normally come from
sharing the stage with Yao Kosiata. That was also a big
some of these things.
Yeah, so this was Lumber's response when he said, I was immensely touched by Stormzy's homage to me last night at the Global Citizen Festival. I would like to take this opportunity to share my gratitude and appreciation for the public display of love. To say that the gesture was heartwarming and humbling is an understatement. Thank you very much. And that was what Doug Lumba responded via social media to Stormzy, where he shared some photos of Stormzy on the stage with that particular attack. It's beautiful, no two ways about that. It is so beautiful. Yes, Nana, so you can continue.
Yeah, brother, you see, these things come from artists that have a sense of direction, vision, and all of that. But if you are somebody that follows Stormzy very well, you could tell his passion to tell the African story, to his passion to tell the Ghanaian story, like Ghanaian related things. If you follow his kind of the videos he even does, the kind of
his simplicity. That guy.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Don't rush.
That's the thing. It doesn't make noise.
That guy is
like and everything he does sends a message. I don't know if you are me. Anytime he's on stage, I get some direct message like this guy is trying to communicate something to the world.
Don't kill yourself.
He's always trying to communicate something. And this thing, it's people like this can lead that unity and other, collaborative stuff that we've been calling for. Some of this, what he displayed, I mean, bringing on Yaotog and Kwesiata to share stage with them, the Lumba T-shirt display to pay that homage and respect to such a legend that we have in the country. This is a space where we even want to, project or brand high life music and sell it to the world and make them know that, okay, this is our own and all of that. How we want to identify ourselves with the high life music thing. And for some time now, we all know the kind of conversation we've been having around this thing. It's been back and forth, but with what Stormzy just did, just close your eyes and I assume you are not Ghanaian. You don't know whose T-shirt he was wearing. And then maybe the story starts coming up that, oh, he paid homage and respect to so and so. Definitely there are a lot of, in fact, thousands of people are going to look or read about that Lumba this week. And if they are reading about that Lumba, what are they going to read about? They are going to read about high life music, which is a typical Ghanaian music. So that is the huge mark he made for the country. And this is somebody who doesn't even live here. So if Stormzy is getting that vision and those plans, ideas to do some of these things, then our artists can do much better. They can do much better. I'm not saying they've not done anything or they are not doing anything. What I'm saying is that they can also look around, I mean, come up with certain ideas to send certain messages out there that will make people really fall in love with what we are also trying to sell to them.
Well, thank you so much. This is the review on the performances so far and production. I'm sure my people have done justice to what we are supposed to do. Now, let's put the last three angles together because of time. Let's put the last three angles together, then we can run away. So, the first angle is the president who was booed on the stage. When he started giving his speech, the people started away. That is point one. Now, point two is Usher introducing Nigerian artists, three of them. I'm talking about Oxlade, Tiwa Savage, and Fields. Once again, our people are not too cool about it. And the discussion online that Shatta Wale was left out on the call-out. These are the three topics I want us to do before we run out of here. Kodo, and I want to start this from your end. The three. Nanado booed on the stage. Usher introducing three of our artists, three Nigerian artists, and the fact that we are also talking about Shatta Wale's exclusion from the list. Let me listen to you, and I'm sure I can give you maximum.
Start with the booing.
7 minutes.
The booing was distasteful. Nigeria will get it done. I was happy for the fact that Nigeria will travel all the way from his homeland and come and win big on a Ghanaian soil. And I know that this is not the doing of just the artists alone, but the people behind them. Like, okay, how will this thing be done? Okay, this is an event that we are not part of. But what can we do to also benefit from this platform? Knowing that it is not just an ordinary platform. And how best can we get it done that the headliner of the event? I've heard a lot of conversations that people are saying, our Sarkodie was there, Stoneboy was there, they performed for like 25 minutes, Jackie was there, Stormzy put our artists on. Why are we complaining about 5 minutes done by these Nigerians? And I'm saying, hey, you guys are losing this. Usher is the headliner. And the eyeballs that Usher commands worldwide. If you stay with him, you share a stage with him for just 30 seconds. Let's cut that side of the video and cut Sarkodie's performance and put on the world platform, and let's see which one will get more reactions or more eyeballs. It tells you what they need, what they were doing. This was highly strategic. Sarkodie gave all the Ghanaian artists, gave us a good performance. That is worth talking about. But every event, they are highlights of the event. And this is something that we didn't envisage.
Yeah, we didn't pay attention to it.
So if you
lost that plot.
Exactly. If you sit down and you think, why are people talking about it? Then you, that person, you have to even go back and learn how events are done. Some of these surprises. Every event, when there is a surprise, the people will talk about the surprise than any other thing. Because right from the onset, we knew Sarkodie will perform. We knew Jackie will perform. We knew Stoneboy will perform. The rest is how it will be, what they are bringing on stage. But when we don't know Oslet is coming, we don't know Fields is coming, we don't know Tiwa Savage is coming, and out of the blue they show up, and look at when they show up, look at the ambience.
The reaction.
Look at the reaction, the response from the people.
Loud. Thunderous applause.
I could see Tiwa Savage so happy.
Yeah, she was so excited.
Overjoyed. And it's like, this Tiwa. It still has smelted several bigger platforms. But you see, she so cherished that moment. And you could see her face. And so whoever made this thing happen for our Nigerian brothers and sisters, I just bless them. And hands down, Charlie, Nigeria is the University of African Showbiz. Hands down, whatever, however, they can get their way through. And I think some of these things we have to emulate.
We should learn.
We should learn. This is. We shouldn't blame. We shouldn't now. No, we will talk about it. We will talk about it because it is worth talking about it. Everybody is talking about and forget. Sarkodie, everybody they watch, the world watch it. But that moment, that short moment, having Usher introduce you Keke, mention your name Keke, to introduce and share a stage with you, it's a big deal. And it takes somebody with that showbiz eye and mind to know. And you know we could have done that. Yeah. But the point is, who has the eye and the mind to even think further that, aside we hosting it with all the benefits, there are certain things that we can also do to get the conversation. Because several people will man this platform, and after that, they will even be talked about. You are a presenter. You interview several people. But there are some people who come on your interview, and after they leave a legacy, they leave a mark. It's the same platform. So if we have people, and I think we had the privilege more than somebody who is out there. But the thing is, the difference is the mindset and the approach to this business. They have it better than we
now do. On Shatta missing out on the collab.
On Shatta Wale missing out on the collab, I think people want to just create conversations. Let's look at how many slots did they have for us. We have to know that this is an international event. It's not a Ghanaian event. What we are doing is we are hosting. And we all know
we have seen the one that happened in Nigeria with no international artists.
The one that happened in Nigeria, I think
it had no international artists.
When I was checking countries that have hosted these events, the one that happened in Nigeria didn't come in. It was New York. So even Roland told me the same day they were doing it in New York, and they were doing it.
Just as when we hosted ours, it was also being hosted in New York as well.
Simultaneously.
In New York.
Yes.
And which other places?
Only it was only Ghana and Accra and New York.
Accra and New York.
2 cities.
Yes. But when you check, Ghana is there. 2022, Ghana is against the name. But when you check 28, that was 2021, you don't see Nigeria there.
Nigeria is there.
Nigeria is there. So, and even Nigeria was more of their local artists. But this one, they brought in international artists. So it tells you the reach and the mileage. It's like we are only doing a section of our own people. But this one, when you bring somebody out there to come and participate, you also add light to it. So Shatta Wale, we ask yourself, if we had 3 people, Sarkodie and Stoneboy, they are part of the top list, right?
Yeah.
And if you know what the global Citizens Festival, they stand for. They stand for gender. And they push the agenda of women. So they have to get a balance. So it can't be 3 male artists from Ghana. It can only be 2 and a female to get that balance. And who else than Jackie? We all know Jackie's current status. When we talk about strides on the international platforms, I don't think any of our females currently, currently is beating Jackie to that. So Jackie was that feminine touch to complement Stonebwoy and Sarkodie. So if we had only 3, there's no way you can make a case for Sarkodie unless you are telling us maybe drop Stonebwoy or drop Shatta Wale. And to a certain Sarkodie, to a certain extent, they also look at artists embarking on certain developmental projects. They, in the interview, they asked Sarkodie that he has a Sarkodie Foundation and some of the things that he does. They even spoke about his wife also pushing for gender, other things. Stonebwoy also, we know recently the project he embarked upon, the Greedy Man, and so all these things come to play when even they are looking for artists to even book for.
So are you saying Shatta Wale doesn't have any social responsibility program?
I'm just adding up after citing the example of the slot that we have and the feminine touch. And I'm just adding this to further the conversation. So it would have been nice if we had Shatta Wale on. But the point is, the people who went there equally represented Ghana. And that is a fact. Yes, when people try to bring in the politics, yes, they will have a point. Because we know that no matter what you do, there are certain individuals who will sit on the board table and discuss. And there will be a sample of artists. There will be a sample of artists. So let's say Ghana, we are looking at Shatta Wale, Stonebwoy, Samini, Kwame Eugene Okidi, and Jackie. Now we have 3. So there will be certain factors that will do the elimination. And if I'm somebody who have a political war with a certain artist, definitely, and I have that power, I can use it. But aside, or I think they just bringing it in to create conversation because we don't have any case. The people who represented us did a great job, and they equally have the weight that the platform was looking for.
Thank you. Nana Regan, come through. 3 angles. Get it for me.
With the booing of the president, I think for some partisan political reasons, it will make sense because definitely that is a good environment or a great opportunity for those who wants to, of course, so it will definitely make sense to some people, and we can't fault them. This is a country that is known for its partisan activities and all of that, so it is well understood. Just that we can also not take away the shame that it brings to the country. These are platforms and opportunities that we've been praying for. Sometimes this is where you ask yourself as a Ghanaian that, my people, what exactly do you want? Because if you are crying for bow flutes and they buy you bow flutes, and you will still throw the bow flutes back at the person who bought you the bow flutes, then there's no, it's not worth dying for. There's no point fighting to get anything for you. So it is just unfortunate it happened like that. But it should also send a message to government that at the grassroots, things are not all that well. I know with the president, the kind of report he will be having in his office will be different from what the grassroots might be going through. So, experiencing this on such a platform, he should just go back to his office and, have certain engagements as to what reports that are coming in and what he is experiencing personally as the country's first president, the first gentleman. Aside that, with the Nigeria
artists being introduced.
I personally don't have anything or see anything wrong with that. I don't have any big deal or big issues with that, because I think for some time now we are all trying to push the African agenda, and if for nothing at all, Nigeria is leading us in bringing the world's eye onto Africa through Afrobeat. So day in, day out with some of these activities, it would be nice if we collaborate, we find a way to also put them on. I mean, it doesn't take anything away from Ghanaians. It doesn't take away the fact that our artists here also had a beautiful show and everything in terms of production. And I mean, the entire event went so well, and it left a mark or a memory for each individual that was able to go to the place. So I mean, I know because of Nigeria Ghana thing, definitely Ghanaians will want to have that conversation, and even some of our own people here who belong to certain camps like the SM camps who did not have their favorite part of the show would also want to use that thing to say, oh, you people cry, you were not introduced by Usher. The Nigerians cry, even coming from they definitely would want to have conversations that would just throw some darkness onto what you have achieved. But I mean, this is where sometimes I want our artists to pay attention to, because if some of these conversations are coming from your own followers and you don't say anything about it, then it's a cause to worry, because if the media is trying to speak about the positives of this entire event, where every day you have been preaching and crying for that, anytime there is something, the media will try and find category or space. Definitely, I'm sure Shatta's name will be mentioned, Stoneboy's name will be mentioned, other artists' name will be mentioned there. But of course, they are also going to check recent records, who have been playing more festivals, who is more visible in around Europe and other things. What kind of there's definitely a criteria or some factors that they will consider in choosing some of these things. So it might not necessarily be somebody having a political beef or anything with Shatta Wale and wants to use this as an opportunity to, punch back or anything. No. For me, I think that we don't know the criteria or factors they use in selecting the artists. Personally, I don't know for a fact. But I can only assume that, okay, if you are selecting 3 artists from Ghana, and with all these genres, we want to have a fair share of all these genres, then definitely people will have meetings, and let's say Stoneboy was chosen from the reggae dancehall artists. It should be a win for not just Stoneboy, for every reggae dancehall artist in the country, including Shatta Wale. I was even expecting that he would personally run commentaries on that to tell a different story, that okay, even with all that happened, reggae dancehall music was still recognized, and we were given the opportunity through, and Stoneboy represented us. I mean, such messages builds up that unity that always we've been hearing them, the artists, call for. But if it happens like, if my own is not there, then there's an issue. Then definitely the disunity and the bad mouthing and all of those things will not stop. People will continue to do that, because tomorrow it is Sammy, I am not happy. Tomorrow it is Nana Reagan, Sammy is not happy. What do we want to achieve for ourselves? This is a huge achievement for the entire industry. Everybody should be happy. So that tomorrow, if we are calling for another one, it will be bigger than what we have experienced over the weekend. And then every artist, so year in, year out, every artist that will have the opportunity to mount the stage or perform, we just have to commend and applaud, and then you just motivate yourself to work hard and do things that will make them recognize you or consider you to also be part of it. But let's not play that political talks and those things to make it look like somebody hates somebody and all of that. It is not necessary now. Let's push the positive agenda. What we've been able to achieve, let's celebrate it. Whether you were part of it or you were out of it, celebrate it. This is Ghana win.
A big win. Okay, Roland, speak finally, and let's wrap up. Our time is up.
The first one is the booing of the president. As much as I didn't like it, it was a very bad move on the part of the patrons or the audience that was there. You can't really blame them. You know, yes, this is a huge feat. This is a big deal in the eyes of the whole world, like the international level. But you can't also blame the people on how they want to express their feeling. Yes, the president did so well, which everybody commends him for the kind of move, because we've been crying for this kind of things for so long, and he's doing his best. But you know that the people's well-being and state goes beyond this, and we should establish that. For crying out loud, if it has gotten to this extent, then it means that
people are really
not okay. That's what it means. Yes, we can say we are washing our dirty linens in public or whatsoever. If that is what is going to get the job done, then so be it. Because at the end of the day, looks as if how many demonstrations haven't we done in this country? People have registered their displeasure in so many forms,
different ways.
Yet
and
still, and you see, there is another way. What would have been so appalling to me would be the fact that the moment the man climbed on stage, people would walk off, like go home. That would have been the hardest form of blow to me, not the booing. This is not the first time a person of his caliber has been booed. Presidents have been slapped. Even to the worst. So being booed is, even after booing him, they still stood there and listened to whatever he had to say. So with the people registering their displeasure, come on, Ghanaians did not beg the president and his people to come and rule the country or manage the affairs of the country.
They promised us.
But rather, it was even the other way around. So you can't blame me for registering my displeasure if you came to tell me or promised me to do something for me and you are not fulfilling your promise. So it was not in a good light, but still, me, I wouldn't blame them, because probably their actions might have caused this kind of reaction.
Now, Nigerian artists being introduced by Usher.
Okay, Rasame, each and every day we have battles that we fight. Some are physical, some are psychological. And when we are proactive as a people, it helps in winning battles that come even in the future. Yes. And to me, I don't see this to be negative. I don't see. In fact, I am even happy this.
You don't see it to be negative for our music industry?
Yes. I am even happy this happened on our soil. Because you see, it will help us even in our argument in the future. So tomorrow, if an artist also some way somehow introduces a Ghanaian artist on a different stage elsewhere in their country, and they come to complain, we have a precedent to follow. That is one. And secondly, because it is a psychological war that is going on, you need to be proactive as a people. This is a wake-up call. This kind of event, we have so many lined up in December. And this is a wake-up call that you don't only have to sit down, be a usual Ghanaian, normal Ghanaian, and wait for last minute. Or you wait for somebody to take advantage of an opportunity that was staring at you clearly in your face.
You missed.
You missed, and you come and cry. No, you don't. And another thing is that these are people who are highly connected. It's not as if Ghana, we don't have that connection. Today I saw pictures of the CEO of Grammys with them flying and trending all over internet. People will sit down. You see, and that is why I was even highly disappointed in Mr. Drew when he came to tweet that he wanted to meet Usher. Yes, I know probably he's gotten what he wanted. I saw another video of him having a video call with him. But Charlie, must we always be using that old-fashioned way? These people came unannounced, though.
Yeah. Which people came unannounced?
I am talking about the people that were introduced on stage.
Okay.
They came unannounced, though.
Yeah.
So must we always announce our presence? Must we always cry for something that we want? Can't we work in silence and let the world see what we did in silence? Like, should we always cry over everything? You want to meet Asha. For crying out loud, you are not a small artist in Ghana. Mr. Drew, you are big. The people behind you are not small people. KY is not a small person. Phone calls can be done. You can meet the person. It is not impossible. So far as the person is even in your country, it is not impossible. When CJ Begaman wanted to meet Rick Ross, and he was so serious about it.
And I've seen he's also commented something.
Yes.
Yeah, he had to work his way out.
He had to work his way out to do it. And it even came when he had even met him. Not when he said he had the idea that he wanted to meet him. No. After getting the idea, what did you do? Tweeting it. Come on. Let's be proactive. Afro Nation is coming. Afro Chella is coming. We would have all wished that, when the usher said, I am coming to introduce your own. First, we saw Black Sheriff, even before the day of event, we saw Black Sheriff in a video with Asha, Cuisine, and whatever.
Chance names.
Yes.
So we thought it was going to be one of them.
But they see him like that. So we they get him like that. So moving forward, let's not see it like that.
Should be proactive.
We should be proactive. We can make some of these things happen.
Okay, Shatta's exclusion.
Shatta's exclusion to me is a big deal for me as a Ghanaian who would want like all of us would have wished that like we would just gather Nkuku Nkaka of all the artists we have on that stage. But unfortunately it wouldn't happen like that. And definitely there's just some few people that will be handpicked for that kind of stage. So to me it is a big deal that Shatta wasn't on that stage because now he's still one of our top guns. So it is a big deal.
If you are to present our big artist,
his name will definitely come up. But on the other side, we should also know that this business is also based on who you know and certain opportunities available to you, as well as you being available for it. These are things that will come to play. So Shatta got the feature with Beyonce, not because he is so extraordinary or whatever he did. Stonebwoy cannot do it, Sa cannot do it, or even other artists can't do it. But because of the people he is connected to, his availability, and the fact that he is also good. That is what came to play here. So we should learn to be happy if the next man gets certain achievement or opportunity. As much as we would wish that probably Currency got this, even though I would wish that probably it would have been Kojo, that doesn't mean that I should be sad. I can be happy for Currency, so that tomorrow if Kojo also achieves the same thing, we all can equally celebrate him, celebrate that achievement. So I don't know why Shatta not being on that stage become a big deal, like in a negative light. For people to say that, for people to think that it is always about negative politics. No, it doesn't happen that way. What if he wasn't available? We know Guy is not sleeping. He is working on a project. Come on, a certain D Black is not on it. We know when it comes to events and performance, D Black is party bay. When we are talking about #1 lobbyist in this country, it is D Black. Or no, he wasn't there. He wasn't on bill, but he was even at the program. The likes of Adams and other artists were there. So it is not about the fact that maybe those who were presented on stage were better than Shatta Wale or so, but it has to do with connect, your availability, and a few things that you can make possible. If you are not available, you obviously can't be on the show. So to me, it is a big deal because I would have wished that he would have been on that platform, but it is not so much of a big deal to me.
All right, guys, thank you so much for being a part of Showbiz Daily today here on Sammy Flex TV. All the various points that we wanted to explore on the Global Citizen Festival, we have been able to explore them. But tomorrow, we have some fresh angles coming up, and I want you to be part of it. I want to say thanks to Kojo King, thanks to Nana Reagan, thanks to Rolanda Martin, to the producers, the guitar Star Currency, Richie Flex, and Yaola PG for being a part of the show, as well as Gideon Nilam Tessin. And to you out there, like I said earlier, we will be coming to Dubai from 29th October through to 6th October, and we're going to have a yacht party at the Marina on 1st October. That is Nigeria's independence. So if you're in Dubai and you want to be a part of it, feel free, connect with me with my line on the screen, and let's do some more. My name is Sammy Flex. I'll see you when I see you. We're out of here.